So I guess I got a little bit caught up. Not a little bit. I'm completely caught up and enamored and entranced in my own life. And I forgot that it's graduation season. It's 2025. It is June. As I'm walking through my community, I passed a literal high school graduation. And I wanted to pop in and talk to the Black female high school graduates today, this season. If you are a Black female in America and you are graduating, hold the phone, stop the everything. I've got some words for you, girl. I'm talking to you. I have thoughts, okay? So I started playing, my personal graduation season album. It is called Graduation by Kanye West. I think the best coming of age album to have ever been written. And even the prologue to that, college dropout, late registration, okay? I feel like college is a lumen. College might be an option. But also college might not be an option, and I want to stop for a second, and I want to talk to you as the human for a second, because I wish someone would have stopped and talked to me as the human. And as the graduation seasons have gone by, and I've got further and further from my own high school graduation, I've learned a lot, and I have come in to reflect on some things every year. So I just want to share those reflections with you. Reflection number 1. Because it is graduation season, I want to remind you of the year 2020. The year was 2020. And I think we were all in lockdown. And Beyonce gave a graduation speech. And I feel like if you are a Black girl in America, this is the only graduation speech you actually need to hear. She is talking to you, my girl. She was talking to you last year. She was talking to the graduates before. And every year after. Like, you need to go listen to that speech. I'm going to summarize very briefly. But everybody called her ugly. Everybody called her fat. Everybody told her she wouldn't make it. Everybody told her she wasn't good enough. And she said, I am going to not only have a seat at the table, but create my own table. And subsequently, Solange made an album called Seat at the Table, which you should go listen to if you have not heard it. Beyonce also flexed about buying and owning the table on an album called Renaissance, which you should listen to if you haven't listened to that. And her mother, Tina, created a memoir detailing every aspect of rejection that happened along the way in a memoir called Matriarch. So those are 3 resources for you. Actually, this is like 5 resources for you. You have the YouTube graduation speech from Beyonce. You have the album about, the experience of Black womanhood in America from Solange. You have the album about fucking living in your greatness by Beyonce, Renaissance. You have the audiobook or physical book of Matriarch by Tina Knowles. So if you do nothing else, you could spend your whole summer just unpacking those 4 resources and tell me where you go from there. That's enough. And then you have the Kanye West graduation album, which you could eat up as well. So what is that? 5 resources thus far. But let's go a little bit further than that, because I just want to give you not just some retrospective advice. I want to future forward you to the now. Because YouTube for Black women has been something else. And it could be so that you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, because you are only familiar with the TikTok Gen Z bullshit. But if you are, rewind for a second and remember that Kenya, as told by Kenya, my Patreon mother, just kidding, but she was once a second-year law student, okay, who had all the credentials to get that far and the legal brain to be able to unpack society in the way that she does now. And she has a channel where she unpacks culture and society writers. Therefore, I want to introduce you to the culture and society writers from today. There's a comprehensive list of them, and I will just make this list for you and put that also in the description box. These women are giving you so much game. I'm just going to let you soak that up for yourself, because if you did nothing else for the whole summer except watch the Sprinkle Woman's videos, or go watch all of Kelly Stamp's videos, or maybe all of Issa Rae's interviews, your summer would be very well spent. I mean, very, very well spent, because you would be about 20 years ahead of all your peers. That's the thing about starting from the middle. Starting from the middle is very real. I have perfected starting from the middle because I started from the middle, right? And the thing about starting from the middle is you see what people who started from the bottom don't see, because they're not there yet. They worked their whole lives to get to the middle, and they don't even know it. But you have other channels now that have exploded and are full of life lessons for Black women. All of the exotical channels right now are giving lessons about dating, lessons about pretty privilege, lessons about really everything. And let's also unpack pretty privilege and beauty, because every year, you will get older and you will become more beautiful if you take care of yourself. But there's another lesson about understanding that sometimes as a young person, you are consumed with media in a way that it pulls you away from yourself. So if you are, a 3-textured, wavy, brown-haired girl, and you have been trying to be a, texture 2 blonde Beyonce girl, it's not going to work for you. That will never, your A-star power is how you wake up. You have to learn how to be the most beautiful version of yourself. And sometimes that takes time. So you could literally invest your entire ass summer into just getting comfortable in your own skin. If for all of high school you wore a bust down weave, and then this summer you just cut all of your hair off and then just went outside with your natural hair, that would be a success. There's a bunch of other iterations of this. If you've worn makeup all summer, and or all 4 years of high school or something, and then today, this summer, you decide to take off of your makeup and just go outside the way that you naturally look. I'm telling you, these things will make you 10, 20 years ahead of your peers. There are grown-ass women right now who've never seen their natural hair texture. Okay, well, let's talk about maybe health. Have you ever, gone to actually see a nutritionist? Do you feel like you are in the best shape of your life? Because you should be. If you're graduating from high school, that's kind of the best you might ever look. But are you suffering from, were you overweight? Is your nutrition bad? Well, spend the summer going to exercise every day. Spend an hour and a half working on your exercise. Maybe go take one session with a personal trainer, and whatever you get from that, take that. And then let's talk about college. Let's talk about college money for a second, because this is a very integral time. This summer is important depending on where you are. A lot of people's families have been planning for their whole lives for this summer, and that might not be the case for you. And I want you to hear me, and hear me clear. It is okay. There are many of us who have been in this situation. I am your toolkit. I'm giving you the resource right now. You have to step away from the crowd, because I don't know you. I don't know your situation. I don't know your financial situation. But I would assume, like most Black women in America, you're probably lower middle class, as in your parents had some sort of income, and provided for you in some way, like they had an apartment or some sort of housing situation that they were paying for in some way, but do not have any savings contributed for you to go to the next level of your life. And that is okay. Many of us have started from there. What you can do is spend this summer collecting something for yourself. If this is the last summer that you spend with your family, that's fair. Go work anywhere. anywhere at all for minimum wage or whatever wage that you can get, and save all of that money. You can save that money and you can go to Mexico City. If you save $5,000 cash this summer, you can go live in Mexico City for 6 months. Then figure out your life from there. If you save $5,000 this summer, you can go live in Thailand for 5 months. Figure out your life from there, but go have that actual experience for yourself. For yourself. For yourself. So that you can start your life from that. Because there are so many life hacks that I'm so excited to share with some of you guys. But I know that many Black women need a break because it's hard. It is stressful. You cannot continue going on 100 forever. You have to stop and take a break. You have to reflect. And the only way that you're going to be able to take the time to reflect is by investing in yourself. Giving yourself a cushion, a certain amount of money that will provide for your basic needs, like your housing, transportation, and food, and cellular service or Wi-Fi. And then buying yourself some time, really. Maybe you need to write about the things that you went through in high school because you haven't had that time to reflect yet. Because you were caught up in the rat race. Get the fuck out of the rat race immediately. Dear Black women, the rat race is not for us. We are not built for the rat race. I've talked so extensively about men on this channel, but the long, the short, and the in-between is that men are not your friends. Men are not your accomplices. Men are simply there to detract from your greatness. Think of yourself as a debit card, and every single time you interact with a man, you are pulling money out of your account. If you don't have any money right now to begin with, you don't have the funds to be communicating with them. Like you don't got it like that. So that means you need to go put some funds in your account. Now, if on the other hand, you've got $10,000 in your account, okay, well, maybe you have 5 minutes that you can now invest in, I don't know, get to chatting or text messaging with a male. If that isn't the case, though, if you don't have $10,000 is equivalent to 5 minutes of male time. So if you don't got the money, then you can't communicate, unfortunately. You don't have it like that. So get on your grind, bitch, like it's time to boss up. Because there is nothing else except for dusties and hobosexuals out here. And they are lining up to take money out of your account. And if you don't have the money, it isn't that they aren't going to take the debit. They're going to take it. Your account's going to go into the negative. So you have been warned. And the final note that I will say, I think that college is a lovely experience if you get the funding to do it. If you haven't played your cards right and you were an idiot all through high school, go take a gap year somewhere, take a few months, save a couple American dollars, and go travel abroad for a few months, go do World Packers or something, really anything to get you some experience outside of America, and do some shit like that for a year. Go volunteer somewhere, anywhere, not in America, and then reapply to college as a freshman and start that experience over. Somewhere will accept you if you fuck off. If you volunteer for a year, somewhere will give you money and be like, all right, she can get her shit together. And if you take no other class, sign up for the Sociology 101 class. That's the only class that you will probably ever need to take. All the other classes are recommended. Maybe they are interesting, but that one is a necessity. Take that your first semester. If you don't take any other class, just sign up and take that one, because you do need to understand how society works. And I feel like for some reason they never teach Black women that. And the last thing I will say is I want to talk about Planned Parenthood, because no matter where you are, there's going to be a Planned Parenthood. And just, man, if you can do it very shortly after your graduation, but book an appointment at Planned Parenthood and just go have a sexual health or primary care visit where you ask them to, if you never got to take a sexual health class in high school, just book a 30-minute appointment or longer or whatever where you can get your blood work run. Okay. You can ask them questions about the tests that are required that you should take. Get some sort of record going so that you understand where you currently are in terms of your sexual health, your wellness, and all of that stuff. And before you bring any man into your life or into your bed, just go have another follow-up appointment with that same clinic and make him go and get his shit done too, so that everybody's very clear about where everyone stands in terms of their own tests and their blood work. And like, it's not like, it doesn't have to be scary to go to the doctor and to get tested and understand what is happening with your own body and understand really how things are transferred and transmitted, right? Especially given it's just like UTIs now are becoming STIs. There's like mortal strands of gonorrhea, just weird shit like this. And like, you just public health is important. And if you stay on top of it, you're going to be fine. It becomes a problem when you like stop staying on top of shit, and then you like being introduced to a new person, especially a new person who's never been tested for anything, it can become a serious issue for you, and you don't want those problems. I don't know, there's a lot more, but I feel like women are online telling their whole ass life stories. So like, tap in, quite literally tap in. But also, like, you made it to graduation, so congratulations. That in itself is an accomplishment, and mark this day on your calendar, because every year when this day comes around for you, you graduated again because you lived another year. Like, living another year is actually way harder. So, hello, my name is Olivia. Welcome to my channel. I like to sit around at coffee shops or at the beach and talk shit. I talk about women's issues, feminism, relationships, but mostly being a black woman in America and how to survive that. Politically, I'm moderate, even though that seems hard for people to believe. I'm very conservative on issues like immigration, very liberal on other issues like feminism and abortion. Thanks for being here.